Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is IBIS Media. I changed my channel name. I don't know what to name my channel anymore. I don't know. It was My Life for IBIS. It's very, it's a name from, it's a phrase from a video game, StarCraft 2. So it's probably not as catchy if you don't play StarCraft, and it may sound very silly. So I don't know, it's just my online alias, so I'm gonna keep the name IBIS, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, I may experiment with different names. I was thinking about the IBIS vlog, or IBIS video, or making IBIS, whatever, I don't know. We're gonna try different things. For now, is IBIS Media. Wow, sounds so fancy, sounds like a media company or whatever. But nah, I don't know, I'm just trying. I don't even know what it means. Okay, so I wanted to vlog a little bit, I wanted to chat a little bit. The other day I went out with a scooter and I got my camera with me, with this GH5 and like a 10-25mm, super heavy setup. So I went out and I got cold feet, I got camera shy in the public. I was looking around, so many people, I don't want to talk to a camera when there are people around. I was kind of exploring some suburb area in the city. Not many people there, but still, I just got really shy. I was very sleepy that afternoon, so didn't have very full energy. I just wanted to go back home and sleep. So I didn't. In the end, I didn't shoot anything. I just went out on my scooter for a ride around their rural area, and then came back. So I wanted to talk about video format, video resolution. Like, people are crazy about high video resolution. Like right now, suddenly, all of a sudden, 6K, 8K video formats are exploding. Every pro-grade cameras are pushing 8K, 6K high resolution video format. It's crazy. Like, those are something that we probably will never need, never use for 99.99999% of people. And I know that it's an argument that people used to use against the 4K when 4K came out, first became available. But I think it's very different if you think about what we human eyes can perceive in front of a monitor. We don't really see, we don't put our videos in cinemas, so what's the point shooting 8K, except, you can crop, but just for cropping, I don't think it's worth the trouble. And even for 4K, a lot of people are not fully appreciating 4K because they watch YouTube, especially YouTube videos, on their phone. Most of people consume YouTube videos on their phone. So even 4K is not fully appreciated, let alone 8K, and if you think about it, if you have a 4K monitor, yes, you can tell the difference between 4K and 1080p, but beyond that, it is almost impossible to tell. Like, you have to sit, imagine if you have an 8K monitor, you have to, I don't know, the distance you sit in front of the monitor, it is, you can't sit all the way back and still have a mouse and control the PC. Or with a TV, if you sit back enough, it doesn't even matter if it doesn't have that many megapixels. It's just to a certain point, it's just no point to push forward. There's just no point. You can't tell a difference at all. If you push beyond like 6K or 8K, it's kind of pointless. I don't really care about this 6K, 8K. Those people chasing after that are crazy about those resolutions. For me, what I need is a good 4K, high frame rate. That's something A7S3 does very well. So they have only 12 megapixel sensor, so they can only shoot up to 4K. So they don't care about 6K, 8K. They know that those are something that people rarely ever use. It's just some something to try to get attention from the public, from the media, from the audience, from the consumers. But what actually counts is the 4K quality. And another thing is a lot of people are actually shooting 1080p, plus a lot of people are using phones. So I think 1080p is actually more important. Especially when I started using GH5, I discovered that 1080p can be so good. 1080p image quality can be so good. It's almost indistinguishable from 4K if you shoot RAIDs with the GH5, because you have such a huge file size. You have high bit rate, all intra. You have 10-bit 422. You have great flexibility to grade and great detail in the video. It's very different from 1080p from any other random cameras, or not professional grade cameras. Like if you use a GX85 or if you use Sony A7SII series, the 1080p is gonna look very, very, if you watch it on 4K monitor, it's gonna look really bad. So I kind of wish some manufacturers would just forget about 4K, would just make a beautiful 1080p camera with a great autofocus and everything, video feature, and great codecs and all the bit rates and everything, high bit rates. That is also easy to grade and easy to color correct, and just provide a lot of information, so you can appreciate the detail, because 1080p can give you a lot of detail. If you fully utilize the 1080p megapixel, all the 2 megapixels, it's actually really incredible, the image quality. Even play on 4K monitor, it's gonna look incredible. Such like my GH5 shoots incredible 1080p. So yeah, I just wish they can make something like that. Very simple, just gorgeous, tiny little 1080p camera, small, portable, and shoots. It's kind of like a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, the original one that shoots only 1080p, just like that, but add more usability, make it a more modern camera. That one came out in 2012. It's very unuser friendly. It is like it doesn't even have touch screen. It's very difficult to change setting. I don't have the camera, so I can't really say for sure about it. I've watched a lot of reviews and stuff, and also the battery life is really bad. It doesn't have autofocus. So yeah, I wish they could invent, create a perfect 1080p camera. I would totally buy it. But yeah, for now, I think a GH5 is doing the job really, really well. GH5 is probably a great 1080p camera, one of the greatest that regular average consumers can buy. The thing is, it's big and heavy, especially with fancy lenses like this. Yeah, that's a little thought about video resolution. Is it necessary to have 4K, 6K, 7, 8K? I think 4K is very necessary. You can totally appreciate the difference between 4K and 1080p. But beyond that, it's just kind of pointless. Yeah, that is my thoughts. And yeah, I would dare to predict in the future, even in 5 or 10 years, 8K will not be utilized as much. Like even 4K today is not as popularized as 1080p has become over the past, I don't know, 2 decades or whatever. So I don't really think 8K can ever take over, unless in the future we have this kind of wonderful video playback feature where you can zoom in while playing the video. In that scenario, 8K is gonna help a lot. Imagine it's kind of like a sci-fi. You're gonna watch the footage and stop there, pause, and zoom all the way in and see the perpetrator's face, and you can zoom all the way in. Or you can use AI to reconstruct the image or something crazy like that. You could use 8K for that. But for normal, playback, normal videos, probably not gonna be that useful. Yeah, 6K. I mean 6K. I don't know. I've never used 6K myself, but I had this A6300, which shot downsampled 6K video. The image quality is great, very, very sharp. It is the sharpest 4K I've ever seen. But is it isn't worth it. 6K, I don't know. Obviously it's gonna be good if you have 6K, you have the flexibility. Yeah, my opinion is that 6K is gonna be the future of 4K, but 8K will never be popularized. Yeah, I just wish people could appreciate good 1080p better. Like manufacturers, they don't put good 1080p in most of their cameras. Like you can only find good 1080p in their top of the line most pro grade cameras like GH5 or G9 and other Lumix cameras. For example, we're talking about Lumix Panasonic system, the GX85 or G85, G90 or G100. All those cameras, they don't have great 1080p file. They don't have the bitrate to support the detail. They don't have as much detail as GH5. They shoot 28 megabits per second. The GH5 shoots 100 to 200 megabits per second for 1080p. So that is huge difference. You can tell it straight away. You can tell the difference from a monitor if you don't watch on a phone. If you watch on a phone, you probably can't tell the difference from any footage. So it doesn't really matter if you're watching on a phone. Oh my god, I'm out of focus. Oh, I was very trusting. I hope the majority, the most part of this video is in focus. So this also serves as autofocus test. My hand is shaking because it's kind of heavy. So that's another thing about this GH5 setup. It's really heavy if you shoot with a 10 to 25. Like a lens is big and heavy. Alternatively, I think that like a 12 to 60 is probably a better vlogging lens. It's more versatile. It zooms in a lot more telephoto and tele-end, and it is a smaller, lighter lens, so it doesn't weigh you down that much. Okay, that's it. A lot of rambling, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. I hope I can make more videos because I subscribe to Academic Music, so I have to make more videos to justify the cost of buying their copyrighted music. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.